Hey, what's up guys, Ethan here and welcome to my review on the HP OMEN 880-010Z. This is one of HP's newest desktops in their OMEN lineup and is fully customizable from their website. My configuration of this computer is sporting a Ryzen 1800X 8-core processor, which is factory overclocked by HP, a GTX 1080 Ti graphics card, 32GB of DDR4 RAM clocked at 3200 MHz, for storage a 512GB M.2 SSD and a 2TB 7200 RPM hard drive, and most importantly an optical drive, because I can. As you guys can tell, I went all out on the specs for this one. This configuration will cost you just about $2,500 if you choose Windows 10 Pro and the highest end liquid cooling solution. I bought this computer for content creation, mainly 4K video editing. I edit on Premiere Pro with Cinema 4K and man, it is so smooth without any hiccups. More on this later. For gaming, this computer is a beast. Expect to crush most modern titles at 4K 60 FPS. Taking off the PC side panel is super easy and no tools are required. It's just a simple sliding lock and a button that is conveniently labeled. The side panel will just pop out to the side and you slide it to take it off, and boom, you are into the computer if you ever need to upgrade or clean it. Upgradability is something HP had really thought out. There is 3 available options to add more drives. The first one being inside the case, where there is an extra slot, but my favorite options are on the outside. The PC comes with 2 drive caddies, allowing you to place your drive of choice in them, and sliding it into the slots available on the top of the case. I really liked this design feature and loaded it with an old 500GB hard drive that I had lying around. If we look inside the case, we can see HP's custom Micro ATX motherboard. This board is custom made for Ryzen processors, but there's plenty of Intel options on HP's website. Right below the RAM, you can get a good look at the 512GB M.2 SSD. This is currently the highest capacity they have, but you can always upgrade. Here we can get a good look at HP's custom cooling solution for the Ryzen 1800X. This cooling solution is a liquid AIO cooler. I thought the light up OMEN logo was a great touch. As you can probably tell, this PC has a red OMEN theme. Keep in mind that this isn't RGB, so it will always have that red theme. The red LEDs are located on the top and the right hand corner of the case, so you could replace them with RGB lights, if that's your thing. Personally, I love the subtle red theme this computer gives off, but I wish it could be a little bit brighter. The heavily tinted side panel is blamed for this. In terms of I/O, this computer has quite the selection. On the back there's an optical audio port, display port, HDMI out, 2 USB 2.0, 4 USB 3.0, Ethernet, audio line in, audio line out, and a microphone input. As for the top of the case, we have 2 USB 3.0 Type-C, 2 USB 3.0 Type-A, a headphone jack, and a microphone input. Build quality on this PC has been very well thought out and is really good. Alright, let's get to the benchmarks. In 3D Mark's Time Spy, I got a total score of 8,390, with a graphics score of 8,517 and a CPU score of 7,739. In Cinebench, my highest CPU score was 1593, with an average of 1588. I also got a chance to play the COD World War II beta. At 4K with all the settings at Ultra, with extra details and textures, I got an average of 80 FPS on Fraps. Here are the benchmarks for the few games that I tested. Honestly, I never bought this PC for gaming. It was all for content creation. Further down the line, I plan on getting more games for the system, but there's plenty of gaming benchmarks with this GPU and CPU combo. I'll put some gaming benchmarks in the video description. Sorry if I disappointed you guys, as I know that many of you are buying this PC for gaming, but I will eventually get around to do more gaming on this computer, but it wasn't my main intent. With that being said, this computer will pretty much crush any game you throw at it. Now everything sounds great about this PC, right? Well, there's one issue that tends to scare me, and that's the 500 watt power supply. With components like these, it seems like it's right on the gap, with no room for error. Using a power supply calculator, I was able to find that this system will pull about 474 watts at max load. The recommended power supply with the minimum wattage is 523 watts. HP claims that the power supply has been tested with the exact configuration I have multiple times and it has never saw a failure. Still though, I think they should have went with a higher wattage. Do I think my power supply will fail? No, I don't, but it's still pushing the limit. I might change mine out in the future, but I currently don't see a need to do so, as everything is working perfectly fine. So, should you replace your power supply if you get this computer? If you are really concerned, I would buy a wattage calculator. For about 20 bucks, these things can really help you out. If you ever see the wattage exceeding 500 watts, then you will know that you have to get a power supply with a higher wattage. But honestly, even though this is pushing it, my max load was 474 watts. So I'm pretty confident in this power supply. Another small gripe I have with this PC is that you can't adjust the lights. Granted, it looks amazing always being on, but I would like to have an extra feature in case I ever want them off. But really, this is just nitpicking. The RAM is also a bit plain. I wish it had a heatsink on it, especially considering this PC's theme. My final gripe with this computer has to do with the interior lighting. I wish it was brighter. I find it a bit dim as it isn't illuminated in the corners. But this can easily be fixed with RGB case lights that can be powered off SATA, and best of all, they are only 15 bucks. Links in the description if you are interested. Aside from the power supply, my main issues with the computer is entirely cosmetic. To be fair, HP got mostly everything right. So is this PC worth it? Well, I went on PC Part Picker, entered my exact specs, excluding the optical drive, to see for myself. Everything costed $2,411. The grand total for the HP OMEN 880-010Z is $2,463 for my exact configuration. The advantage you are getting with the PC Part Picker build is an RGB case, and well, for the HP, it comes with a free keyboard and mouse, which you might as well toss in the garbage if you're a serious gamer or typist. But the HP has a very unique looking case. That's something you will see on your average PC. The case is very well built and sexy as hell. Definitely a huge plus. You could always replace its lighting with RGB if you really care. So to sum up the question, is it worth it? I must say it most definitely is. You're getting a well built, amazing looking system from HP. It runs games amazingly well, and there's tons of configurations starting at $799. The build quality on this computer is great, with no compromises, and the case looks really nice. Even though it's a pre-built, it's really well manufactured. So if you're thinking of buying an HP OMEN 880, you should definitely go for it. Alright, well, this just about wraps up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as comment below on your feedback. This really helps me out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.